It's dangerous to go alone. Take this podcast. We're going to talk about the hottest new gaming trailers to drop, including the final pre-launch trailer for The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
And it's a big week for both Game Pass and PlayStation Plus subscription services. We're going to talk about all this stuff and so much more on an extra big episode of Gaming News Weekly. Gaming News Weekly is back. We're the best weekly video game news show out there. Best weekly video game news show there's ever been in the history of weekly video game news shows. Every single Monday, we're here on Fruit Lab, YouTube, podcast services, everywhere, talking about all the biggest things happening in the video game industry. We're ready. Are you ready? I'm ready.
Absolutely.
My name is E-Rock the Red. This guy right here, full clip. We got a big show. What's going on, dude? How are you?
Doing all right, man. Yeah, you said it in the intro. This is going to be an extra big, packed episode. It's one of those potpourri episodes where a little bit of everything. And these are the ones I like the most. They're effortless because we just bounce from one thing to the next. So excited to give the people the news this week.
Yeah, me too. I agree with you that these are my favorite when it's just like a bunch of like announcements and like, stuff that we could just kind of, get excited for.
Mm-hmm.
So, you been playing anything?
Dipped my toes into Season 3 of Call of Duty. And, I wasn't sure what to expect with this. I haven't been following what was going on. I've been saying, like, Season 2, I really had to get on the grind to finish it in time. I did finish it probably a week and a half early. But to do that, it just took a long time that I would have probably rather spent playing other stuff. So I've been thinking to myself, that's going to be the last one. Who cares if I have an extra skin or something at the end of a season? Yeah,
because you're never going to go back to it.
Right.
At that point, you're going to be burnt out. You're going to have the skin, but you're never going to play it anymore.
Yeah.
I hear you, dude.
Yeah, in the background, I've always been going for, like, the mastery camos this season, too.
Yep.
Even though I'm not doing a video series on it this time. I'm just making it a little bit easier on myself in that way. But the need to do it is still in there. I'm still, like, slowly grinding on that. But, yeah, Season 3 is looking interesting. They brought back, if you remember from the last Modern Warfare reboot, Part 1, whatever we're calling it these days, they had, like, the night vision maps. And that's how one of these new maps is. And the other one's like at night in the dark, but not night vision. So it's interesting. They're still doing interesting things with it.
Oh, that's cool. That's fun. I like that, shaking things up a little bit. Nice. I remember the first one, dude. You were done with that battle pass like super early.
Oh yeah.
Like the season 1. So yeah, you definitely see your interest kind of fading a little bit. I have not played anything. Still stuck with this stupid thing on my arm. So it's definitely made gaming difficult.
Yeah.
There's a few that I can play, but I just haven't even really had the desire. It's been really bummed out about it. But I'll tell you what I have done in the world of gaming. So I've talked previously about all the Steam bundles and stuff through Fanatical. So I recently discovered on Reddit Indie Game Swap subreddit, and it's just people trading games, old games, new games, just people with like all these Steam keys and just doing trades. So I made a list of all the extra Steam keys I had, and I put them out there. This was just like 2 days ago, and I've just been trading games with people, like getting some really cool looking games that I'm excited to play once I get this cast off. And but yeah, so the game, I had a lot of keys that I had no interest in, and now like I've got like I think 5 brand new games that are really cool sounding. So I'm excited to get in there. And once I do start playing those, I'll report back. We'll have our
that's cool.
Indie game of the week segment. But it's been interesting. It's been a lot of fun, and it's so easy. Like this community, everybody's really cool, and they take into consideration the cost of games and the rarity of these keys. Like some of them, are fairly rare and they're hard to come by. So it's pretty cool. It's been a whole interesting few days.
Yeah, that's really cool. I've never heard of that. I know there's like different communities out there on Reddit for like gift card exchange and stuff, but I've never heard of one for Steam keys. But
Yeah.
that's awesome. I want to see the video chronicle of you like going from a 99-cent key and trading your way up to a AAA
Yeah,
game.
just trading up. Yeah. I mean, it's been close because there's some games that like people just don't want,
Yeah.
like some AAA titles that are just people are just like, I don't want it. I got it in this bundle, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of these the Humble bundles, the Humble Choice, which is the monthly subscription service, and those have AAA games in there. And sometimes people just like either they have them or they don't want it, so they're like, yeah, I'll let this go for this other game that just looks interesting to me.
Yeah.
So. It's pretty cool. I definitely got rid of a bunch that I'm like, dude, this game looks stupid, but people are excited for them. I'm like, all right, you're excited. I'm excited for this game. I got this game called like, I don't even know what it's called, but you play as like the devil, and it's kind of like a board game, video game, roguelite type thing. I got Treasures of Aegean, which is like a side-scrolling Indiana Jones type platformer. A lot of like really cool looking games. So I'm excited to report back once I start actually playing them. All right, we got to move this along, dude. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get started with our new releases from last week. All right, first up, let's talk about Tron Identity. This came out April 11th on PC and Nintendo Switch. It's from Bithell Games, and it's basically just a short visual novel set in the Tron universe. So it's got a few like mini game type puzzles and that sort of thing. But from what I'm hearing, it's about 2 to 3 hours. And if you're a fan of Tron, if you're familiar with the Tron, the lore of the Tron universe, that you'll really get more out of it. You don't need to be familiar with it. It's a self-contained story, but you'll miss those Easter eggs and like stuff like that, mentions of Flynn and different characters. But from what I'm hearing, it's a really, really good visual novel set in the Tron world. Like the actual, they always say like your choices will impact the story. So this one, from everything I've heard, it's like legit. Like you could have one completely different ending from depending on your choices. So
yeah, it reminded me a lot of Detroit Become Human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never finished that game.
Oh, neither did I. But I mean, how
okay.
can you finish it? It's one of those ones where there's so many branches. You go back in time, try to get all the endings.
Yeah. That was a fun game. I should go back to that. It was. I think I just got like, bored with that style of game because it's definitely like you have to be in the mood for those style of games. But this one looks interesting. I'll check it. I'll put it on a wish list. Maybe check it out on a sale or something. I'm not a huge Tron fan. Are you? No. Have you seen any of the Tron films?
Not even the originals.
Really? Yeah, you should. They're the first one. I mean, the original like OG.
Yeah,
it's weird, man. It's not great, but the new ones, the new like Disney one, very well made. Good game or good movies. All right, next up, Trinity Fusion came out April 13th on PC. This is actually early access for the game, but it is the official entry into early access for this one. Now, I did get a review copy of this, and I'm very excited to play it. But who knows when that's going to be? Definitely not anytime soon because it is like a, it's a roguelite and it's it's combat based and you gotta use your hands, and unfortunately that's not me. But
yeah, from the trailer, it looked like you're gonna have to be very, very quick on the controls on this one.
Yeah,
it's sort of like has that cybernetic futuristic thing going on. It looks like the older side-scrolling Metroid games, if they had like HD graphics. This looks really cool with the effects and everything.
It does, yeah. The style of it looks really cool, but yeah, you're right. It's like a sci-fi action game, and it's set in a multiverse where the character you play, it's a person with 3 different like selves that kind of come together, and as they kind of meld together. You unlock more powers. Each one of them has different powers and abilities that you can upgrade as you go through the story, or you can upgrade them as you collect things. So it sounds really, really cool. And the combat looks awesome. They have like in the trailer, you see they have like these I don't know, kind of like finishing moves, like special moves and stuff that you could do. So yeah, it looks really, really cool. I was so bummed when I got the key for this, where I was like, no, I was so excited first, and then I realized that I'm like, no, I can't play this anytime soon. So yeah, another one I'll report back on. Maybe we could do a Gaming News Weekly review or something.
Of course, yeah. Well, you can just maybe load up the title screen and do a review series on title screens.
There you go. That's a great idea. It could be. Hopefully, it's a winner. But yeah, I haven't heard anything otherwise about this. Now, again, this is just in early access. It will be coming out on consoles sometime later this year. After a while, I know it's been in production for a long time. I know. So I know this was exciting news for everybody. And then last up, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. 6 words in that one. Came out April 14th on PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Now this has all 10 mainline games in the Battle Network series. Now, have you ever played one of these games?
No, I barely touched the old Mega Man games themselves, let alone the Battle Network series.
I was not familiar with this until I did a little research for the show here, and these games look terrible. They're not for me. I don't know. I'm sure they have a huge fan base. Obviously, if they're putting these out, I liked the Mega Man games, the classic Metroidvania style Mega Man games. But this is like there's cards and like this grid based combat thing,
Yeah,
and it's got like RPG elements. It looks insane.
yeah.
But it dates back to like Game Boy Advance and like so yeah.
It definitely feels like it's pulling off of a lot of other games with like turn-based styles and things like that that had nothing to do with the original Mega Man, but it's all Mega Man. So if you're a big fan and like want to have all the games of the series, I guess this is a good choice for you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I think it's making some available maybe that weren't available prior. I heard this all 499 cards are available in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. All right, and that is it for our major new releases from last week. Let us know if you're playing any of those excite you, and yeah, report back, especially if you're playing Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. I want to know if it's as sweet as it looks. All right, let's get into the meat of this show here with our news of the week. All right, let's kick things off with a little something we like to do from time to time. We call it Subscription Services Corner. Subscription Services Corner. I'll put in a really cool theme or something there. Don't worry.
Cool.
That's just we'll do that in post, as they say. Yeah. So Xbox Game Pass for PC, the PC Game Pass is now available to 40 new countries. It's very exciting. It's I didn't realize that it was not available to a lot of those countries. Now there's a full list. I'm not going to go through the whole list, but a lot of countries in like Europe and in the Middle East. So yeah, it's if you didn't have PC Game Pass before, take a look. You might have it now because it's spreading like wildfire.
Yeah. What's going to be pretty interesting about this list is how will pricing be handled in these other territories? Is there going to be like a workaround? Maybe we can get the Ukrainian price on Game Pass for a couple years or something. Also, if you use a VPN, will this be like Netflix and you'll be able to access certain content?
Different content? Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a really good question. So it is, there's different pricing for each local market. And then you could go to xbox.com/PC Game Pass to learn about the pricing and how to sign up for it. But yeah, that's an interesting point. I wonder if anybody's done it. let us know. We gotta get to the bottom of this. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And also to celebrate the launch, they're offering 3 months at, I believe, like a discounted rate. So for those new areas that it has become available. So lots of good games on PC Game Pass. So celebrate over there in Bolivia or Ecuador, Ukraine, Qatar, all those places. All right, let's not leave the corner yet. The SSC, as we could call it. I don't know if it's a corner. Might not be a corner. I don't know. Might be a whole wall. Subscription services
shack
wall of fame.
That's an S word.
Exactly. But yeah, I want to talk about PlayStation Plus. The new listings for the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium catalog were announced for April. And I'm telling you, dude, every month now, they're hitting it out of the park. Yeah. I don't know if that was the sound of a baseball getting hit out of the park. It was more like a little bloop or something. Yeah. But again, I'll add that in post, a big old home run sound. So let's go through the list. Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. This is a game I've almost bought like 5 times. So this, it pays to be a patient gamer and just wait. But this one looks like a lot of fun. It's like a action adventure with magic, and it's real charming and beautiful. Excited for that. Doom Eternal. That's another classic if you want to just listen to metal music and shoot demons. Riders Republic. It's another one I almost bought when it was on sale last time almost bought it for like $20. And then I tried the demo and I'm like, it's all right. It's like racing. You got like hang gliding and mountain biking,
snowboard,
wingsuit, snowboard, all that good stuff. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire is one of my favorite games of all time. I highly recommend it. It's a deck builder, and it is so good. There's no comparison to any other game. Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. The Evil Within. Evil Within, another amazing game. Real scary. Wolfenstein The Old Blood. It's a prequel to the Wolfenstein series. Bassmaster Fishing. I'll check it out. I'll do a little fishing. Paradise Killer. I do own that. Never played it yet, so now I have my options. I can play it anywhere. That's like a visual novel type mystery game that you gotta solve. Sackboy: A Big Adventure. That one was just released this month on the PlayStation Plus service, so that my son is playing right now. Loving it. I talked about that last week. And then on the premium side, you're getting Doom 2, Doom 64, Doom 3, and Dishonored. So, amazing month.
Yeah, they are stepping up their game.
For sure, man. They're sensing the merger happening. They're like, listen, we gotta step this game up.
Oh yeah, Sackboy: The Big Adventure.
Yeah, dropping that sack. Speaking of the merger, did you see, side note, this talk about Redfall? This is not included in our notes, but the big Bethesda game for the Xbox Game Pass, when it comes out, it's only going to be 30 frames per second.
Oh, wow.
That's max. So
for everything?
Yes. Maybe just console? I don't remember, but like people are like really annoyed, and they should be. This is we're in 2023 here. If you can't put a good game out, especially, I mean, like this is a big milestone game for them. This is it's got me a little worried about this merger, man. I'm not gonna lie. If this is what they think is acceptable to be putting out, like, just I don't know, but it's it's Bethesda. We know that those games are always a little janky.
Yeah. But to be nice about it.
To be very nice about it. So yeah, all right. We can close up the old subscription services room. Now it's a room. It was a corner. It was a wall. Now it's a whole room. All right, let's move on. I'm just rambling. But yeah, that big month, big month. All right, next up, let's talk about these trailers. This was like a huge week for video game trailers. I don't know what it was, but we benefited. Absolutely, we benefited. I got to see some really cool stuff. Let's kick things off. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom trailer was released, and now I've talked about it before. I played Breath of the Wild. I never finished it. It was, I don't know. I liked it, but I didn't love it. It wasn't something that I was able to really latch on to like so many people have.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, this trailer, it blew my mind, dude. It looked awesome. It looked like the sense of scale in this. It looked dark. It looked like really like heavy, like everything, all the decisions and everything you need to do was like had the weight of the world on you. And then it just it looked exciting. Like, you know, it was like really cool. It didn't look like just like a, you know, cutesy little Zelda trailer. It had you know, this big epic feel, like to save the world. You got Ganondorf in there, Zelda looking hot AF, you know what I'm saying? And and then you like that part where like it's Link and all his like allies like on a hill and they're going to war. I'm like, man, this game looks awesome.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What was your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, as far as trailers go, this did its job. It has me excited for it, even though I had a similar experience to you. Tried playing Breath of the Wild, but it was like a year or two after all the hype died down. Just couldn't get it to click. But this has me wanting to pick this game up, experience it alongside everybody else.
For sure, man. It's definitely like it, and I know, and I think another part of it is that the reaction this trailer is getting from like the diehard fans that are like,
yeah,
there it is. This is what we've been waiting for. This is like, you know, that feeling that we wanted from seeing one of these trailers. So,
yeah,
it's not far off, man. May 12th, the game comes out for Nintendo Switch. So I'm really eager to see what people think of it. I want to see some reviews, see some takes on it, and see if it is this epic, you know, grand scale open world adventure game like it looks like it is in this trailer. So another big epic game that we got to look at. So Sony had a state of play and it was dedicated entirely to Final Fantasy 16. Now, I haven't played a Final Fantasy game since I think I played 11. Final Fantasy 11 was the last one I played. So I haven't really been following you know, the series, but watching the state of play and seeing like specifically this thing called icon battles. Did you see this?
No, I didn't look too far into this one because this is like all foreign to me.
Yeah, it's not your thing. But so they used to be. Did you ever play Final Fantasy 7? Like that was the one like anybody's gonna play. Okay. So they used to be able to like call on these giant monsters, like summon them, and then but now they have these things that are called icons. And in this, so it's a regular Final Fantasy style game with fighting and stuff like that. And then you could call on these things, and they do this battle, and these huge monsters, and you're battling them like grappling and doing like moves, and it's like it becomes like this fighting game with these huge like dope looking monsters. And I was like, this is the shakeup that this whole thing, Final Fantasy, needed. It's like it looks like it seems to add so much. And then I started reading about it, and like, yeah, as you upgrade your characters, they learn new skills and new fighting abilities. And each one of the, you know, it's not just like a cutscene like it used to be, you know, where you call on these things. You're actually like fighting these giant monsters in battle, and it looked really, really cool. In addition to that, it showed like the base camp and like how you could upgrade in the shops and getting these new weapons and how that whole works, and the history of the world, and you could explore that. So it was a really cool state of play showing off what's gonna come in Final Fantasy 16 for PS5 on June 22nd. That one comes out. So
wow.
yeah,
It's right around the corner.
A lot of big games. Like every month has like this big tentpole game coming. And then so you got one coming out. We talked about Zelda in May, Final Fantasy in June, April. Star Wars Jedi Survivor comes out. This is the other big trailer we got. The final trailer for the game that comes out April 28th on PS5, Xbox X and S, and PC. Now, again, I preface this, not a huge Star Wars guy, but this trailer, dude, epic. You got this, Cal Kestis, and he's just out there. Just the fighting scenes in this thing look phenomenal. Like I want to play this. So I have the previous game, Star Wars Summon. I don't remember what it's called.
Is it Fallen Order?
Fallen Order? I don't know.
Jedi something. Fallen Jedi.
Jedi Fallen Down. And I played it for a couple hours, and that's it. And I'm enjoying it, absolutely. So I saw this trailer, and I'm like, all right, when this cast comes off, I'm going back in. I'm playing the first one because I want to be in this world. It looks like a movie, watching the trailer, it looked absolutely like a movie. So yeah, like the characters, the environments that you're in, all the fighting things that like you're throwing dudes like into the air, you're like, you're bouncing the shots off with your lightsaber.
Oh, yeah.
All the classic
I noticed one moment in there where your Jedi guy is fighting alongside with somebody else. So the other person has like a spear, and they're standing there waiting for you, the Jedi, behind the bad guy, and he force pushes him like into the spear. It just looks pretty gnarly. Looks like there's some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, and that's the stuff that I love to see. I remember when I first saw the trailer for The Last of Us, and it had that same style of fighting where it's like something that you wouldn't think could happen in a game where you're controlling the character. Where like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this where like it's going to come down to this scene that looks like it's from a choreographed fight scene in a movie, and it's not a cutscene. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's natural, and it's part of the game. Yeah, it looks really cool. So April 28th, I know everybody's like, all the Star Wars people are super pumped for it. But yeah, count me in. I want to get in there. Cal Kestis. What do you think of that name? Cal Kestis.
Rolls off the tongue.
It really does. It sounds kind of like a disease. Like I've got Cal Kestis of the foot. Yeah, no one wants that. All right, let's break up this exciting love fest and talk about something that's kind of a bummer. Unless in our new segment, Bummer of the Week. There's like another song, but it's like it's like the sad trombone. Wah, wah. Mm-hmm. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has been delayed again, and not just a month or two this time. So it's supposed to come out May 26th. It is now coming out February 2nd of next year. Thoughts?
This could be a good or bad thing. I mean, people were very upset. Were you upset when you heard about the whole like not loot box, season pass and some other always online issues?
No, I wasn't. I was, based on everything I've seen, as far as the gameplay and the cutscenes, I was excited. Still, it looked like it still had a good story, which is all I really want. I want a game that has a good story, and then if there's live service type stuff that will help me to come back to it to get stuff, that's fine. Don't make the game a games of service style game that's the focus of the game. That's what Avengers did, where to progress the game you had to go and you had to play these missions like repeatedly to try to, and it was the same thing over and over. I don't want that. I want a good solid story in a game. And if it happens to have a battle pass where I could come back and play some more, that's the thing. You have to create a game that's going to get people to want to come back and play it. You're investing all this money and time into making this game. You don't want someone to play it for 10, 12 hours and be done with it. You know, I get that.
Yeah.
Um, so I wasn't upset about it. I wish it wasn't that way. Like initially I was just hopeful. Like, I mean, you look at the Arkham games, you know, those were great. They didn't have a battle pass and stuff like that. They had the story. They had collectibles and that sort of thing that you could come back and do. So I thought that was a great way of handling it. If you want to go back and 100% the collectibles and all this other stuff, then that's a great way to get you to put that extra time into a game. It wasn't, you know, do kill X amount of bad guys to get this, you know, these sunglasses.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what this means. Is it affecting the core gameplay? Are they changing things? Or is it just fine tuning? Is it more just something wrong with it and they're trying to perfect it? So part of me thinks that it got such a bad, like people were so down on it when they showed that, is that they're trying to like just get like that out of people's heads, you know? And what better way to do that than just, you know, make them forget.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. They did issue a statement on Twitter. They said, we have made the tough but necessary decision to take the time needed to work on getting the game to be the best quality experience for players. Thank you to our amazing community for the continued support, patience, and understanding. There is much more to share in the months ahead, and we look forward to seeing you in Metropolis next year. So, I don't know, man. Like, this game was supposed to come out, like, I mean, it was supposed to be, like, done. And then for them to delay it another almost a year. So, I don't know. Something's fishy.
It's wild. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, for a big company, for a AAA game, they've invested a ton of money already. Another year of development is a ton more money. So I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to do whatever is best for their profits, or, you know, you have to trust the people making the decisions to do that. So who knows what will actually happen. But I would assume, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully we get something better out of this. I wasn't against the games as a service thing either. It's just when you have to live your life around a game in order to get everything.
Exactly.
For completionists, that sucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's impossible to be a completionist these days in games, you know?
Yeah, you better play one game and one game only if you plan to do that.
Yeah, and that's not possible. Like, it's so hard. So, yeah, so we'll see. We'll keep you guys posted, let you know what's going on with it. I'm definitely still excited to play it just because I'm a comic book guy, man. Like, Suicide Squad is a fun thing, and everything I've seen leading up to this has gotten me excited. So, hopefully, this is for the best, and we get a great game at the end of the day. So, we'll see. But, all right, let's move things along. Let's get back to the exciting trailers. Bam, 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 bam. Immortals of Aveum. This trailer got me hyped. Now, this was one of the ones we saw at, like, the Game Awards or something. I remember we were, like, excited about it. And it's, like, a first-person shooter, but not with guns, with, like, magic. Like, everything's really, like, fast-paced, real twitchy. But there's all these powers. Like, you put up shields, and you're shooting, like, machine gun, but it's magic. Machine gun magic.
Yeah, just out of your gauntlet.
Yeah, exactly. This weird, like, hook gauntlet thing. But they released this new trailer and a release date. So the release date is July 20th for PS5, Xbox XS, and PC. Now, all that being said, this is a EA original. I know that, you know, sets people off when they hear those two letters, EA. But I have hope for this game. I think just based on looking at it, it has potential. But that being said, Forspoken. Remember that game?
Yes,
that's exactly it reminds what I was thinking. A little bit of like that kind of like it's a magical world and like this new IP, and so I don't want to get my hopes up, but it looks really cool. Let me read a little bit about it real fast. So it puts players in the shoes of Jack as he joins the Order of the Immortals and becomes part of mankind's endless war over magic. The game is solely single player and will play like a first-person shooter, but with magic abilities instead of guns. And it's naturally set in a fantasy universe and promises a visceral, cinematic, story-driven campaign with fast-paced action and spell-based combat that defies FPS conventions. So it looks really cool. It's got like a lot of like star power in it. Like there's actually some actors in there that like who was it? The guy from Never Have I Ever? I don't know. He's like this like dreamy high school kid in one of these Netflix shows. You know, I'm up on my dreamy high school kid. Paxton Yoshida or something his name is. And then some other people. But here's some quotes from the CEO and game director. I'm incredibly excited to finally show the world Immortals of Aveum. It's been a 5-year journey for us at Ascendant, and I'm so proud of the team and their commitment to making something great. We set out to create a cinematic, thrilling shooter set in a new fantasy world with fast and fluid combat and an epic story. I can't wait for everyone to play it. So, what do you think? You gonna check it out, you think?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of where you are on this, and Forspoken, that's the exact sort of thought that I had. This is one of those games that fits into this box where it's almost indistinguishable in my mind from 10 other games that have been out over the past couple of years. So I don't know by the time this comes out, will I even remember that it's coming out or which game it is or that we talked about it? Don't know. If it like gets a lot of attention and it has something stand out about it, then I'm sure going down the line we'll talk about it more.
Yeah. I remember when it was shown, like, dude, you put magic in a game, but that's the thing. Like, so out of all those trailers that we saw that night, like there were 6 of these first-person shooter type magic games or third person. You know, like they all looked very similar, like you said. So yeah, this one, it's got to come to the table. It's got to bring in some solid, tight gameplay, and I'm there. Dude, I love games that have a magic base. Like, I'll take magic over guns any day. I think it's so the amount of like cool shit you could do with magic is so much fun when it's done well. So yeah, I'm excited. So July 20th, it's not far off. So hopefully we'll get some more trailers, more information about what the actual game is, and hopefully maybe some hands-on or a little bit of demo action. But let me tell you about a game that is unlike any game that I've ever seen. And I'm excited. Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. We got a trailer for this. Never heard of it before. Well, you put a game and a musical together, and I'm there. I like musicals. You know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm a musical guy. Give me a musical any day of the week. I like a little Hamilton. Give me Hades Town. Hell, I'll take Annie. Tomorrow. Nice. You know that song?
How do you feel about Rent?
Rent. I was not really sold on Rent until I saw it live, and then I liked it.
Gotcha. As far as musical goes, I don't have a lot of experience, but that's a good one.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know about this one. I saw it live, and they have the band on stage for the whole time, and it's really cool to see. But yeah, it's a good one. But this one, so I'm just gonna read this little blurb. Stray Gods, a role-playing musical, is a story-rich, single-player adventure, interactive role-playing musical where players take on the role of Grace. The game occurs in a world where Greek gods hide among us. Alter your fate as you make friends, foes, and lovers into song using your abilities with musical persuasion to unravel the mystery of the last muse's death. Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, launches on August 3rd for PC. So, yeah, I'm excited.
I had some questions, like, when I started watching the trailer. Because I know you're into some of the games that are a little more story-driven, and it's sort of got that choppy animation style. Yeah. And that's what I thought this was just going to be another one of, because I never heard of it until I watched this trailer. But then when the audio starts kicking in and you hear the character like singing, I start to immediately see how that's going to translate into the video game and how you're going to be pressing some buttons at the right time, almost like a Guitar Hero thing, maybe, but maybe
Yeah,
not the visuals on screen in the same way.
exactly. Yeah, that would be cool though if you're choosing where the song direction is going to go, you know? Yeah, I'm excited to see what this is. I like games that are different from everything else out there. You know, I talk about all the time. And this one, I it's got to be the first like musical, right? Like there's no other.
Yeah,
There's
to do
music
it quite like
games.
this. Yeah, like the Hell Singer, whatever
Yeah,
that was, that
there's
just
games
came
like
out with the
rhythm,
metal.
exactly
Yeah,
rhythm games. There's that one. I mean, one hand clapping. You and I
yeah,
have played where you have to. That one you actually have to sing to like platform the game. But there's never been like just a legit musical. So this is either gonna fail miserably or it's gonna have some connection with a very niche audience that I
yeah.
am very much a part of. So yeah, August 3rd. I'm excited for that one. I'll be playing that. I'll let you know how that one is. All right, and last up, this is a Gaming News Weekly public service announcement, and then again here we're gonna have a thing that goes do 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 do. The more you know, or some shit like that. Don't leak classified documents to your Minecraft bros on Discord. I
Not a
mean,
good idea.
not a good idea. Um, so I don't want to get into too much about what happened, but we recently saw a guy do just that. Screen name OG, and he was hanging out with his bros in his Discord, and he was trying to. I think he was trying to be like, "Yo, look at me! Look how cool I am. I'm an important person. I have high level classified documents. Here's pictures of them."
Hmm.
And one of the people in that Discord chat has decided to then take the picture of that and post it on the internet for everybody in the world to find. And this gentleman, 21-year-old named, I think like Jack or something like that, was just arrested. And he will probably be in jail for life
Yeah,
because I think there were like, I don't know, like 100 documents.
yeah. They
And
said that
each,
this was maybe it's like being compared to the size of the Snowden leaks of 2013.
oof, yeah, each one of those is going to be what, like 10 years in jail.
Gosh.
So this kid, just because he wanted to be
Yeah.
like, hey, look at me, I'm cool, is now going to be in jail for a long,
And
long, long time.
just to clarify, I don't think this was like a whistleblower situation like the
No,
Snowden thing.
yeah,
This was a guy who got mad because people weren't paying attention to what he was putting in the Discord server. So then he started putting pictures like of these classified documents laying around a living room table or something. Um, but this isn't the first time this has happened. Even recently, there have been like classified documents about tanks being leaked on forums for World of Tanks because salty video gamers are getting in arguments with each other, and somebody who's got connections like, here you go, told you it
yeah.
had 4 inches of armor on the side.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. What is happening? Yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, I don't know. People just need the world. You know, it's like, listen, we don't all need to see, you know, how big your dick is. You know, it's fine. We'll take your word for it. You don't need to send pictures.
Yep.
But yep, it's ridiculous. But yeah, so that was our GNW PSA of the week. And on that note, that's all I got. You got anything else?
That's it. That's our action-packed week.
That was an action packed week. I was trying to keep it tight too, and I think we're right in there. We're right at a good time here. So, on that note, let's end this bad boy. My name is Erect the Red. This here is Full Clip. You can find us on Fruit Lab, pimping our gaming, which I haven't done much of lately, but you can find a really cool video of us reviewing the Super Mario Brothers movie there, as well as on Pop Culture Playground. That's the website you can find this show, a bunch of other shows. You can also check out, that's on YouTube. You can also check out Full Clips YouTube, GameFAQs, GAMEFAX. He's on Twitch, fullclip_FL. You been doing any car simulator over there?
I need to. I've been trying to grind up, but I need to start doing it on stream. That's the perfect thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to watch. I want to watch you put together a Borvette or something, because
Yeah.
they're not the right cars or whatever. What else? Podcast. You want to listen to this show? Sure, do it. I don't recommend it because look at, we got trailers. We got cool. I'm making cool faces the whole time. You can see my cast. It's really dope. It looks really, just looking at it now, it just looks like a red-handed painter's tape. But you know, it is what it is. And if you're listening on podcasts, you won't get that. You don't get that visual. So, but it's there. Check it out anywhere podcasts are found. And then you could also supplement that. Go into the TikTok, checking out the TikTok. We're TikToking. Well, it's available. You know, again, I talk about it's every day. It's getting closer and closer. I'm telling you, we're gonna hit big. We're gonna just get one video that really catches on over on the TikTok, and then the United States government is gonna shut us down as soon as it happens.
Right.
Who knows? Well, you know, we just gotta live in the moment. That's all that really matters, right? All right. That's it for us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.